Hey crew, it's Pitt and I am back with another reaction. Today we're going to be checking out a new drop from my boy JamWayne. This is Paradise. Let's dig in and see what's up. Let's go.
Rigor mortis, found him in a slump, sitting there lifeless. Purple and blood, body stiff as a board. Raised him up, but he slumped right back. Set back against the wall, I ain't know how to act. Everything got real far away, then it started closing in fast like I was alive in the grave.
That's some real shit right there, huh? I pray that you are never in that situation right there. I can't pray that for myself because I have been in that situation right there. And so, like, I pray nobody ever has to get into this situation. That's why I talk so much about what I talk about. That's why we talk about these things.
But she's already gone. Even called your spirit back, but it was already home. I cried out to the Lord, I know that you hear me. Please bring my brother back. But it was solid and empty, so I sat and talked to my dead friend till the medics arrived. Crazy man, I ain't tell you goodbye. Give peace to the ones in the grave. Pray you in paradise where you lay. Stay free, looking out for us, heaven awaits. And when I enter the gates, I hope I see in your face. Give peace to the ones in the grave. Pray you in paradise where you lay. Stay free, looking out for us, heaven awaits. And when I enter the gates, I hope I see in your face. Too much.
There's a whole lot of people out there that will tell you that that man's not going to go, that he won't be in paradise. Now, I got a different vision on things. I have a different comprehension of things, and I do believe we all return to God. I believe we've got our lessons and we've got our problems that we have to deal with when we get there, but I don't believe in eternal damnation. I don't, right? I believe that we are here freely by choice, and we all have decisions to make while we are here. And your decision is to do the right thing. That's what your decision is intended to be. Your decision is never intended to be things that will take you home, right? You don't get to choose when to go home. You don't get to play with things that are going to make you go home, right? People love to chase that thrill. They love to chase that seal. They love to disguise their problems instead of dealing with them. And that is what leads to this situation more than anything, is that I'm trying to disguise this hurt inside of me. I don't want to talk about this thing that is really, truly bothering me. Right? It's like a sore, a festering wound inside your soul. And you do the thing thinking it's going to be all right. Well, I just forget about it. My boy said that shit. Talk about, oh, it's all right. I ain't got to worry about it. And then you go home. And it's not better. You didn't do anything better for anybody in your life. You didn't make anybody's shit better. You got your homeboys sitting there looking at you, crying and talking to you, trying to understand why you're gone. I've said before, and I'll always say that suicide, and this may just be overdose and not suicide, but like, it's not clear which one it is. It could go either way, right? He's a military man. 22 a day is a real thing. Drug abuse is a real thing. So either way, it's a problem. It breaks my soul, right? I hate it.
It's never enough until you're horizontal, laying under 6 feet of dirt. Work your whole life just to have a little bit, and then you throw your life away for just a little hit. And that's
see, now it's clear.
This is the good stuff.
Hey, my uncle died way too young, and his homeboys brought him to his baby sister's house and put him in the bathtub and run cold water on him, and then stuck a clean needle in his arm so people would think that he died right there instead of at their house. That's what the game will get you.
This is the fire water, make your toes curl, be the party starter, get you up there, walking Clyde down in your mind, but you be already slow, paralyzed, you die.
It ain't worth it, y'all. It ain't worth it.
It's a shame, everybody know your name. Everybody seen you win and losing, you would be ashamed. Supposed to be the glue that helped to hold this thing together. You can weather any storm, come out stronger and better. Now you headed to heaven, knocking on the pearly gates. Keeper said that you early, you told him better than late. He said that's up for debate. There's a whole generation of dudes that follow your example, walking in your boots.
That's why I talk about the music I talk about, and I push the ones that I do, and I don't the ones that I don't. Right? It's why there have been several videos that I just don't deal with, even though they could make me money. Right? I could be bigger. We talk about the algorithm all the time. I could be chasing this up church bullshit, and I could be rolling in the dough. I'm snarky. I make witty comments. I could be the dig Adam the best, but I don't. It's an intentional choice because we need examples out there. Jam's being an example right here, right? That's what he's doing. He's talking about some real shit that affects real people, making mamas cry and making children without their parents. That is some real shit right now. That is happening right now. Somebody probably died while I'm talking to you.
Give peace to the ones in the grave. Pray you in paradise where you lay. Stay free, looking out for us heaven awaits. And when I enter the gates, I hope I see in your face. And give peace to the ones in the grave. Pray you in paradise where you lay. Stay free, looking out for us heaven awaits. And when I enter the gates, I hope I see in your face.
Alright. Shout out. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to my boy JamWayne's page and show some love, right? I love supporting these people who are doing the right thing. Like, I don't chase the bullshit, and I'm not going to glorify anybody glorifying this shit. That's why I choose the videos I do. It's why I lay off when I can't find one. Right? I'm not out here trying to antagonize people. I'm trying to help people realize that none of that shit is good for you. None of it. Right? Alcohol is a great release for some tension. It's a great way to have fun. But if you're using it to hide the fact that you have problems, you're doing it wrong and you're going to wind up in trouble. If you're using a substance, whatever the substance is, and I'm not going to judge you for your substances, but some of them are really bad. Like really, really bad. And you know that before you start. I don't want to be the guy who's out here like, it's a sin and you're going to go to hell, right? Because I don't really believe that. I don't believe it's a sin to drink. I believe it's a sin to make that drink your idol. If you have to hide it, if you can't be open about it, and at least with the people around you and the people you love, then it's probably a sin, right? Because your soul knows that you're messing up. Your soul knows you're on the wrong track. You are so much better served by feeling the emotion that makes you want to cover it, right? And whether it's fear or whether it's sorrow or whether it's anxiety or whatever the emotion happens to be, you are better off feeling it, figuring it out. Why am I so sad? Let me cry about it, and then I can deal with it. Why am I feeling so anxious? Let me take the time to ground myself, and then I can think about it and figure out what it is behind the emotion. Because whatever it is behind the emotion, and it's probably not even the obvious trigger, it's something farther back, probably before you were 8 years old, because most of your lessons in life are set before you're 8. And if you don't learn those lessons, you repeat the patterns, and it gets worse every single time. And if you are hiding behind a substance in order to not deal with an issue, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse and worse until you're sitting on that toilet just like that, or you're in a ditch and nobody ever finds you. And your mama never knows what happened to you, and your daughter never knows where you are. We make choices every single day. I talk about addiction a lot on here, and addiction for the most part is a choice, and people don't like to hear that shit. But you are choosing every single time that you use whatever it is. You're making the choice. You may not like to hear that. You may not like to think about that, but you are. Now, sometimes the other choice is a really shitty one. Withdrawal sucks. The cold sweats, the shits, the vomiting. I know. I know. It sucks. It's better on the other side. It's better to sit in your feelings and deal with your feelings than it ever is to try to wash them away. It breaks my heart like doubly because this is somebody who served us, so we failed them, right? That happens way too often too. 22 a day is 22 too many. There's a lot of reasons behind that, and we don't even have to get into those today because we're already getting long and Pitt's talking too long. But I do this because I care, right? Like, I do get paid for this. I get like $100 every 5 months from doing this. It's not about the money. I do want money, hey? It's not about the money. It's about the message. And the message is that there is hope. God loves you. He wants the absolute best for you. He wants you to succeed in your dreams. That does not mean you can quit your job and chase whatever it is you dream about. You have to work for it. You have to plan for it. You have to make a plan. And most people, right? Here's the two things that cause addiction. Not knowing what you want to do with your life and being unsatisfied with where you came from. Right? That is the two things. You don't know about the future, or you're completely fucked up about the past. Both of those are fixable. You have to sit in your emotions for the one. You have to understand why you're upset. And yes, it was unfair that you grew up that way. It was unfair. Life is very unfair. But it's to teach you a lesson. You're a better person now because of the hardships you went through, if you learn and grow from them. And you don't have to pass that along. And the future, you can sit down and figure out what you want. We live in a country, and I'm addressing my people because here in America, you're mostly my audience. There's a few of you in the UK, but most of you are right here. And the ones who actually listen are all right here. And you have the option here to go somewhere else. It is not easy. It is not the most facilitated thing, right? It's not something they make easy, but it is possible. If you're not happy where you are, if there's no job opportunities where you are, if there's nothing to do where you are, you have the mobility. You can move and do. But it's not easy. You have to make a plan. Planning out what you want in your life brings you what you want in your life. If you follow the plan that you lay out for what you want, you will get there. It will take time. You will have to put effort in. You might have very long days. I get that. It is part of the process. But you can work now and relax later. You can relax now and work forever. It's up to you. I'm going to wrap this up. This is getting long. Jam, thank you so much for this. This was absolutely awesome. Like, I love to see people talking about real things. This is something as real as it gets. There is nothing worse than finding somebody like that. Nothing worse. To the crew. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to Jam's page and give him a like, share, and a sub. Throw him a comment, let him know you appreciate what he is doing, because I do. To the crew. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you were here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are. This has been Pitt's Take. Peace.